In the last couple of months, we've been catching up with Shadow Minister for Veterans Affairs in Victoria, Tim Bull, about the status of the cancellation of Anzac Day, and there's been a significant announcement on that front this week. Tim Bull, thanks for speaking with Flow News 24. Tell us, how did we get to the point we are now with Anzac Day? The government cancelled this a long way out, is that right?
Yes, look, it was cancelled a long way out, and obviously that caused a great deal of concern, not only with RSL sub-branches, but also the veteran community and their families. There were calls at that time seeking information as to why the decision had been reversed on the Moomba Festival, which was obviously well before Anzac Day, but yet the Anzac Day march was, I guess, put on ice, and the veteran community and the sub-branches were told that it wasn't going to happen.
Yep.
Now, that was a long, long, long way out, and immediately the calls were, let's just take a deep breath here and see what the situation is a bit closer to the event.
Yeah, because we were in the thick of a pandemic. I think that was even before there was a further lockdown over the notorious Valentine's Day weekend lockdown period. And then we spoke several times on Flow FM about the situation. And it came to the point you asked a question in Parliament of the Minister about this, and you got an interesting response. Yeah,
look, we asked a number of questions in Parliament on this, and the Minister obviously wouldn't commit to, I guess, revisiting this issue, but he did give a rather bizarre response, which has been quite well publicised. We did get a little bit further this week in that the Minister has announced some details around the march in the CBD and also some numbers around the dawn service.
Yeah. Was it 5,500 or something is now going to be allowed? It's a big jump from zero.
Yeah, look, it is, but there's still a lot of concern around, as you would know, the many other events that are held right across the length and breadth of Victoria, whether they be suburban or rural and regional. That we still have no detail on what those clubs really can and can't do. I'll give you a couple of examples. Since the announcement yesterday, I've had clubs contacting me saying, we get a big number at our march, but we also get a big number attend the Cenotaph service. And it's not always the same people. Are they included in one crowd or not? Now, that's just one of many examples where we have sub-branches asking, because with this trigger point of 1,000 people being set for services in country Victoria, there's a lot more administration and approvals have to be got if you're over that 1,000 limit. So these are the sorts of pretty basic detail that we've had a long time to get this information to these sub-branches that they still haven't got as yet.
Which seems peculiar to me. We're carrying on our news bulletins at the moment that tonight at the MCG, Carlton and Collingwood have been invited to have as many as 75,000 people attend and cheer the Blues and the Pies on. And yet at your local RSL Cenotaph in regional Victoria, they're not sure how many people they can have attend the march or the memorial.
Yeah, that's right. And the other scenario is if a club is anticipating having 700 or 800 there and they end up having 1,200, what action do they take? Do they have to send people away? Do they have to close down the service? These are the basic details that clubs and veterans want. And the point you made then is a very, very pertinent one. Even looking at the dawn service, we've got 75,000 attending the MCG.
Yeah.
But we can have 1,400 outdoor at the dawn service. People are asking questions as to why that gap is so large. Now, anyone who has been to the Shrine in Melbourne will know that it is a massive open area.
Yep.
And, based on the crowds that we're having at the G, there's a big question mark over why we couldn't have more safely and securely and abiding by the rules at the dawn service.
Yeah, well, Tim, thanks to the opposition for keeping on this, and we've kept chatting with you about it probably every couple of weeks while we had no news. It's been a feather in the cap for the opposition, the Liberal National Coalition, to actually keep some pressure on the government on this, because it just seemed like there was no movement on this 8 to 10 weeks ago when they'd already called this off a long way out. So there seems there's a lot more work still to be done. We're only 4 weeks away now.
Yeah, look, that's right. And look, the last thing we want to do is be having a political discussion around Anzac Day. It's one of the days of the year where we all should be working together in a bipartisan manner to observe and reflect. But the reality of it is, we're trying to do this in a respectful way while trying to get the answers that our sub-branches and veterans need, and their families, and those who want to pay their respects, to let them observe for them what is the most important day on the calendar year.
Yeah, good comments, and hopefully after what we saw in Parliament recently from the Minister, we can draw a line under 2021 and just get on with a more orderly approach to Anzac Day from 2022 onwards.
Yeah, we'd certainly hope so. I mean, obviously we'll have Remembrance Day later on in the year, but our vaccination program should be well and truly underway and significantly rolled out by that stage. So hopefully this is the last discussion we'll be having along these lines.
Thanks again, Shadow Minister for Veterans, Tim Ball.
No worries.